repeal and replace Obamacare as soon as possible. And repeal and replace Obamacare.
With all this euphoria that's going on, it's inside the Beltway, champagne toasting and all that. Outside the Beltway, the American people are very angry, and they don't like it, and we're gonna try to repeal this, and we are going to have a very spirited campaign coming up between now and November, and there will be a very heavy price to pay for it.
It is also the first time that on a pure partisan basis, a major piece of legislation has been passed, and it's going to be historic because it's going to be repealed and replaced.
We need to have a vote on it because we promised the people we would. Look at the message. We campaigned in November, in the last November elections, that we would repeal and replace. And we have to have a vote on repeal so that everybody's on record whether they want to repeal. And then I think piece by piece we go through, quote, replacing. Now I'm told.
Now I have the privilege of standing before all the voters of Arizona and appealing for your support in the general election. I will. She won't support replacing the failed health care policies of the incumbent administration. I will. She said her vote for Obamacare was her proudest. She still maintains that even as 10,000 people in Pinal County face the prospect of losing their insurance because the system won't work as they were promised. I voted against Obamacare and will continue to support efforts to replace it with a health care plan that works for everyone.
Obamacare was doomed to fail because it was based on the concept that they would take money from healthy young people and use it to pay for the health care needs.
One of Obamacare's toughest critics, and today Senator John McCain was here in the Valley calling it a complete failure, saying it is now time to move on. McCain is especially furious how all of this is impacting Arizonans. Nearly all of the counties have just one Obamacare provider after several major carriers announced that they are not coming back next year.
It was a president who said, if you like your health care policy, you can keep it. He said, if you like your doctor, you can keep it. All of that. Now they have one provider.
Longtime opponent of Obama's signature law, Senator John McCain describes the situation this way.
It's clear that Obamacare is unraveling and at a rapid rate. We're going to have to go back and not only repeal, but replace.
Nonsense. But the point is that now Congresswoman Kirkpatrick wants us to work together to fix it. The problem is that for the first time in history, a major entitlement reform was rammed through the Congress of the United States without a single vote from the other side. I fought for weeks and weeks and weeks against Obamacare, and they would not allow us an amendment. There was not a single amendment allowed, no input from the minority party. We were then in the minority. Now Congresswoman Kirkpatrick wants us to sit down and work together. Here's how we work together. We repeal and we replace it. And right now, it is so bad that the former President of the United States, Bill Clinton, said it's the craziest thing he'd ever heard of.
To somehow now call upon Republicans to work with you to fix this disaster after, on the floor of the United States Senate, you did not allow a single amendment, not a single amendment by the Republicans who were allowed. It's the first time an entitlement program has ever been enacted without on a strictly partisan basis. You had your 60 votes. You rammed the 60 votes and the Affordable Care Act down our throats. And so now that it's been an abysmal failure, you want us to come and help you bail it out. We want to replace it. We don't want to fix it. We want to replace it because it's been a complete failure. And my state is probably the best example that I know of. We now have 14 of our 15 counties with, guess what, one provider. Do you remember the, if you like your doctor, you'll be able to keep your doctor, period. If you like your health plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan, period. No man will take it away, no matter what. Of course, that turned out to be a lie. Ever since, Americans have been hit by broken promise after broken promise and met with higher costs, less choices, greater uncertainty and poorer quality of care. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to have my statement included in the record, but the people in my state are hurting. The people in my state are hurting. We have 15 counties, 14 of them, there's only one provider. We just for a period of time, we had a county with no provider.
Our state of Arizona has the unique category of having a county without a single health care provider, not one. And now our largest county, Maricopa County, is now down to one. And the fact is that I stood on this floor until Christmas Eve morning fighting against Obamacare when it was rammed on strictly partisan basis. 60 votes they had, 60 votes they used. For the first time in history, we had a major entitlement reform that was done on a totally partisan basis, and we said at the time that it would fail. It's unraveling as we speak here, and repeal and replace Obamacare. It needs to be replaced. And if we don't replace it, then you're going to see these horror stories like Pinal County, Arizona, all over America.